The following short video is another example how it is possible to acquire English medical terminology in virtually an effortless way. The way we enhance this goal is by linking notions in images with notions in words under roots. Each of the screens you see is clickable, so we can do that now, and we're going to click on the first image so we can read better. And if you are using a full capacity carousel, you can click again and explore the whole web at will. So let's click again on this image. And we left now the carousel and ended up in a companion website telling us that this image comes from a calyx, it comes from Fiesole in Tuscany, and so forth and so forth. But you can go on from here exploring in any direction you wish, any websites that you can access through the internet. Let's go back. In the next image, the point is that when we look at an image, we also create mental images. And this is true for those who may be blind. Let's click on this. This representation of anaphthalmia means that the patient has amaurosis, and we see two sort of closely related words, microphthalmia and mauretania. And the lack of eyes can be due to agenesis or dysgenesis or atrophy or dystrophy, whatever disorders end up eliminating the function of vision. So if we click on this, and that means you're in a fully capable or full version of a carousel, you end up in a companion website page dedicated to an overview of ocular, oculist, occult, oco, and eyeball, eyelid, eyesight, vision, vista. Let's go down and you can see some images. And there is an oculus, that opening in the ceiling. Then we have big eyes, macrophthalmia, and so forth. We have anophthalmia, and then we have this giant. Let's open it, stop, then let's go to the giant. Now the one below, and we can open this picture, and what do we see is a one-eye person. And then of course this is part of the metamorphoses and a lot of mythology. And it's a cyclops because it's a round sensory organ, one instead of two. Let's go back. In the next screen, we see then the subject of cyclops we just mentioned, which connects with the notion of cycle and circle. So now it's easier to remember that cyclops has something to do with roundness. And further away, we have the monocular and monophthalmia. And the question is, are those two eyes fused, or one didn't develop, or how do you become a cyclops? So if we click, we are then able to appreciate this mythic monster representation, and you see that there is an agenesis of the nose, because the frontal lobe, the eye, and the nose, and the middle aspect of the upper lip are derived from one source in common. Next slide. And here we have a person that has one eye. It's a monocular person. And we do not know the etiology or the cause. Let's click on it. So we can't tell if it is an agenesis or atrophy or trauma or whatever have you. Let's click again. And here we see another story where a father blinds himself to save the life of his son. And a lot of elaborations are available to you if you want to explore them. Go back. And in this image, we see quite a bit of text, so we can go ahead and look at these charming eyes or ocular charisma. Let's click on it. And we could see the opsin, coreopsis, rhodopsin, metopic, metopia, and so forth. All of these connections enrich you in terms of grasping the full spectrum of meanings. And this axi or ops or oko or optic and the makeup that you see, the dark stain, have eventually something to do with the discovery of alcohol. And you're going to find it in other carousels. Next, click. And we are going to explore this later. But now we have reached the end, and I'm sure that's the favorite screen you want to see. So no single carousel can offer you a complete overview. But there are many carousels, so that if you click, and if you click again, you're going to see the roster of carousels. And here is another eye with an arcus senilis and so forth. So you can find further links as you explore these pages. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that you enjoyed these carousels.